Welcome back to the show. Today we are covering something that is incredibly practical and immediately useful for so many learners. We are talking about how to introduce yourself in a job interview in English. This is one of the most important moments in your professional life, and knowing exactly what to say and how to say it can make all the difference.
Yes, and the job interview introduction is a moment that many people find nerve-wracking, even in their native language. When you add the pressure of doing it in English, the anxiety can feel even bigger. But here's the thing, once you have a clear structure and the right phrases, introducing yourself becomes something you can prepare for, practice, and deliver with real confidence.
And that preparation matters enormously. Research consistently shows that interviewers form a strong impression in the first few minutes. Your introduction is your first and most powerful chance to show who you are, what you bring, and why you are the right person for the job.
So let us go through everything. The structure of a good introduction, the exact phrases to use, the things to avoid, how to sound natural, and how to handle nerves.
Let's start with the most famous interview question. Tell me about yourself. This sounds simple, but it's actually one of the hardest questions to answer well because it's so open. You could say anything, and many candidates go wrong here.
The key is to understand what the interviewer is really asking. They don't want your life story. They don't want to know where you were born or what you did in school 15 years ago. They want a professional summary. Who are you professionally? What is your background? And why are you here today?
A great self-introduction for a job interview follows a simple three-part structure: present, past, and future.
Present. Start with who you are right now professionally, your current role, what you do, and what you're good at.
James, briefly describe your relevant background and experience. What have you done that makes you qualified for this role?
Mary, end with why you're interested in this position and this company specifically.
That present, past, future structure gives the interviewer exactly what they need in a way that tells a coherent and compelling story about you.
Let me give you a full example of a well-structured answer.
Thank you for having me. My name is James, and I am currently working as a marketing coordinator at a technology firm where I have been for the past 3 years. In that role, I manage social media campaigns, support the content team, and analyze performance data to improve results.
Before that, I studied communications at university and interned at a digital agency where I first developed my interest in data-driven marketing. Over the years, I've built strong skills in analytics, campaign management, and written communication.
I'm excited about this opportunity because your company has a strong reputation for innovation in the marketing field, and I'm looking for a role where I can take on more responsibility and grow within a forward-thinking team.
That introduction takes about 1 to 1.5 minutes to deliver. It covers who you are now, your background, and your motivation for applying. It ends on a forward-looking, positive note.
Now, let me go through each part in detail and give you the actual phrases and language to use.
Part 1. The opening. Start with a thank you and state your name clearly and your current position.
Thank you for the opportunity to interview today. My name is blank, and I am currently working as blank at blank. Or, thank you for meeting me today. I am blank, currently blank at blank.
My name is blank, and I'm currently in my blank year at university studying blank. For students or recent graduates who do not yet have a current job.
Always start with a thank you. It shows politeness and professionalism from the very first moment. Then state your name clearly, even though they probably know it. It's a natural and confident way to begin.
Part 2. Your current role. Briefly describe what you actually do.
In my current role, I'm responsible for blank. I work with blank on blank. My main responsibilities include blank. I specialize in blank.
Keep this focused on what's most relevant to the job you're applying for. You don't need to mention everything. Highlight the skills and responsibilities that match what they're looking for.
Part 3. Your background. Give a brief professional history relevant to this role.
I've been in this field for blank years. I have a background in blank. Before my current role, I worked at blank, where I gained experience in blank. I completed my degree in blank at blank university. I hold a qualification in blank.
The word relevant is key here. Don't list every job you've ever had. Choose the background that makes you suitable for this role. Think about what they want and present your past in light of that.
Part 4. Your key skills and strengths. Mention 2 or 3 core strengths.
Over the years, I have developed strong skills in blank, blank, and blank. I would describe my key strengths as blank and blank. I have a proven track record of blank. I'm particularly experienced in blank.
Use specific and concrete language, not "I'm a good communicator," but "I have experience presenting complex data to senior stakeholders in clear and accessible language."
Concrete is always more convincing than vague.
Part 5. Your motivation and future direction. End by explaining why this job and this company.
I am particularly interested in this role because blank. What attracted me to your company is blank. I'm looking for an opportunity to blank. I'm excited about the chance to blank. I admire your company's approach to blank.
Do your research before the interview. Know something specific about the company. Mention it genuinely. This shows you're not applying everywhere randomly. You chose them for a reason.
Interviewers are far more impressed by candidates who clearly understand and are excited about the specific company than by candidates who give generic answers that could apply to any employer.
Now, let me talk about tone and delivery, because it's not just what you say, but how you say it.
Speak at a natural pace. Many people speed up when nervous. If you feel yourself rushing, take a deliberate breath and slow down.
Make eye contact. If there's a panel, look at the person who asked the question, but glance at the others too. Eye contact shows confidence and engagement.
Don't read from notes for your introduction. It should feel natural and prepared, but not scripted. Practice out loud until it flows naturally, but keep it flexible enough to feel genuine.
And smile. It sounds simple, but a warm, natural smile in the opening moments creates an immediate positive impression and also helps you feel calmer.
Now let me talk about length, because getting the length right is important.
1 to 2 minutes is ideal for a self-introduction. Long enough to give a complete picture, short enough that you don't lose the interviewer's attention.
Many candidates make the mistake of talking for 5 minutes or more. This is too long. You have not been asked about every detail of your career. You have been asked to introduce yourself. Be focused and disciplined.
You can always expand on any part during the interview itself. The introduction is the highlight reel. The detailed discussion comes after.
Now let me talk about some specific situations.
If you are a recent graduate with no professional experience, thank you for meeting with me. I recently completed my degree in blank, where I focused on blank. During my studies, I completed an internship at blank, which gave me practical experience in blank. I also blank during university, which helped me develop blank. I am very enthusiastic about starting my career in blank, and I'm drawn to your company because blank.
Lean on your education, your internships, your extracurricular activities, and any voluntary work. Show enthusiasm and willingness to learn. Recent graduates do not need extensive work history. They need to show potential and motivation.
If you are changing careers, thank you for this opportunity. I come from a background in blank, where I worked for blank years. Throughout that time, I developed blank skills, which I believe translate strongly to this field. I made the decision to transition into blank because blank. I have been preparing for this by blank. I am very motivated to bring my experience in blank to a role in blank.
Career changers need to emphasize transferable skills and explain their motivation for the change clearly and positively. Never say you're leaving because your old job was terrible. Always frame it as moving towards something.
If you are returning to work after a gap, thank you for having me. Before my career break, I worked in blank for blank years, developing experience in blank. During my time away, I blank. I am now ready and very motivated to return to the workforce, and I am particularly interested in this role because blank.
Own your career gap confidently. Many interviewers respect candidates who took time to care for family, pursue education, or deal with health issues. The key is to be direct and then move forward to what makes you a strong candidate.
Now, let us go through the most common mistakes people make in interview introductions.
Mistake number 1 is being too vague, saying, "I am a hardworking and dedicated person who enjoys challenges." This tells the interviewer nothing specific. Every candidate says this. Be concrete. I have spent 3 years building email marketing campaigns that consistently exceeded open rate targets by 20%.
Mistake number 2 is starting with personal information, saying, "I'm from a small town in the north, and I have 2 children, and I love cooking." Unless this is specifically relevant, save personal details for when they are invited. Start professional.
Mistake number 3 is being too long, giving a 15-minute monologue about your entire life. Respect the interviewer's time. Be concise.
Mistake number 4 is speaking negatively about previous employers. "I left because my manager was terrible," or "the company had a very negative culture." This raises red flags. Stay positive. "I am looking for an environment where I can grow and take on more responsibility."
Mistake number 5 is failing to research the company, not knowing anything specific about the company you're applying to. Mentioning what attracts you to this specific company shows preparation and genuine interest.
Mistake number 6 is using filler words excessively. Like, you know. Some is natural. Too many make you sound unprepared. Practicing out loud reduces filler words significantly.
Mistake number 7 is being too modest, downplaying your experience and achievements. Some cultures value modesty, but in an English language job interview, you're expected to advocate for yourself clearly and confidently. Not arrogantly, but confidently.
Now, let me also give you some very useful vocabulary for describing your experience and skills, because the right words make a big difference.
Words for describing your work: developed, managed, led, coordinated, implemented, created, improved, delivered, designed, analyzed, built, grew, achieved.
Words for describing your skills: strategic, analytical, detail-oriented, collaborative, communicative, adaptive, proactive, results-driven, technically proficient.
Words for describing your motivation: passionate about, enthusiastic regarding, committed to, drawn to, motivated by, inspired by, excited about.
Using active and specific verbs like "I developed," "I led," "I delivered" sounds far stronger than "I was involved in" or "I helped with."
Now let me give you a complete short version of a strong introduction that brings everything together.
Thank you so much for meeting with me today. My name is Mary. I currently work as a data analyst at a financial services company, where I have spent the last 2 years building dashboards and reporting tools that help the team make faster and better decisions.
Before this role, I studied statistics at university and spent time at a research firm where I developed my ability to translate complex data into clear visual stories. My strongest skills are in data visualization, problem solving, and communicating technical findings to non-technical audiences.
What draws me specifically to your company is your commitment to using data, not just to report on the past, but to genuinely shape future strategy. I am looking for a role where data is truly at the center of decision-making, and from everything I have read about your approach, I believe this is that place.
That's just over a minute. It's specific, confident, warm, and ends with genuine knowledge and enthusiasm about the company. That's the standard to aim for.
Now, let me close with something that I believe is the most important thing to take away today.
Please.
Your introduction is a performance, and like any performance, it gets better with practice. Write it out, read it, edit it, record yourself saying it. Listen back. Does it sound natural or stiff? Does it tell a clear story? Is it the right length?
Practice in front of a mirror. Practice with a friend. Practice alone. The more times you say it out loud, the more natural and confident it will feel on the day.
And then, on the day of the interview, remember that the person across from you is not there to catch you out. They want to fill this role with someone good. They're hoping you're that person. Help them see that you are.
Walk in, breathe, smile. Introduce yourself clearly and confidently. You have prepared. You are ready.
We believe in you. Thank you so much for being here today. We hope this gives you everything you need to introduce yourself brilliantly in your next English job interview.
Keep going, and we'll see you in the next episode.